understand.
Yes.
Thank you.
I try to make it brief as I can. It's very difficult because I was supposed to be at the memorial yesterday. Obviously I couldn't be there. So I sent the email. And the reason why I said that is that when they told me, there were only a few people that were invited to that memorial. And they said it was his closest friend. Dick Clark was one of my closest friends. I could walk in his office anytime I wanted there in Hollywood. Walk to his office, walk in without anybody telling me nothing. Because when he took me as a kid in 1958 on Bandstand. And at that time there was a lot of, I think Chubby Checker, us, the Silhouettes, can't remember. I think the Coasters was on, were the first real black groups that came on that show. But he took me under his wing. There was 3 people he took under. He took Tony Orlando under his wing. He took me. He took Frankie Avalon, Fabian. I get welled up because I'm thinking about this, but
none of those guys are little Anthony.
No. And he just, when we were kids, you got to figure, I'm 18 years old. 17, 18, I'm not even legal. So Dick made it upon himself to pull us in to protect his show, also, but to protect us. So we had rules that Frankie Avalon didn't like, and I didn't like. It was like curfew, man. Everybody else was partying, we couldn't do nothing. He used to make us, on the tours that we did 3 with him, he made me sit up in the front seat next to him with Fabian, me and Fabian up there. Why? And we said, well, we don't want to sit up here. He says, I want you to sit up here because I got to keep an eye on you guys. Because we were young and crazy. Me and Frankie were talking about that, man, the dumb things we used to do. Pranks and craziness on the tour. We got there for 3 months, man, it gets boring. So you act stupid, especially when you're real young. We do water fights and throw things. And he sort of, and maybe deep down inside, he kind of dug it. But he didn't want us to hurt ourselves or discredit the show and everything. But over those years, that fatherly sort of protection never stopped. Never stopped, all the way up till he died. That's the way it was. In fact, I'm going to have it, when I write this book, a whole thing on that. And you'll read it, the intimacy that we had. Yes, it was a little different than anybody else. And like I said, I was so honored when they called me. They said they want you to be, Carrie, his wife, wants you to be at the memorial. Dawn adopted my little kids when they were little, because they was always with me, and she loved them. In fact, like 20-something years later, I ran into Dick Clark's office. He says, "How's the kids?" I said, "Kids? They got kids." Dang, baby, the time went by so fast. So I was very, 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 very proud that they do that. I'm sad that I couldn't be there, but I gotta be here.
Little Anthony and the Imperials perform at 5:30 this evening at the Blues Tent. I'd like to thank you so much for your time and for all the beautiful music. I'd like to hear track number 14, which is a kind of a perfect mix of your street corner music and some of the sophisticated